All right, before we get to Jason, a quick reminder that the clocks will spring forward 1 hour at 2 a.m. tomorrow. Sadly, we will be losing an hour of sleep due to daylight saving time, but these days, most of our phones and electronics change the clocks automatically, but the clocks on your stove or in your car may need to be changed the old-fashioned way. Jason, let's get right to it because we are tracking, or you are tracking, a pretty significant storm that once again threatens Maine's entire coastline.
Yeah, the entire coastline and also inland too, although the snow is going to help to make it not as much of a flood situation there. So we'll take a look at the notes. That storm is overnight through Sunday. High wind, heavy rain, and flooding all in the cards. Moderate power outage threat, especially along the coastline and even inland. You've got heavy wet snow coming down and high wind there. Got to watch out for those limbs and trees to come down. I'm going to get us right to 8 o'clock this evening. Notice it has not started yet except back towards New Hampshire and the Lakes region. Eventually, as we get through the night, 10, 11, and midnight to 1 o'clock, it is now begun and it's getting very heavy. This yellow here, that's heavy rain. So York County, pretty much the entire portion of York County is all rain by then, 37 degrees up into Cumberland. And it is now starting to be heavy snow. Freiburg, White Mountains of New Hampshire, heading into western Maine. So this is going to continue overnight. Rain is going to win this, and the trend has been for this storm to track as an inside runner up the spine of the White Mountains, which means more wind and more rain and less snow. You see the snow still holding on, though, in Rangeley at 29. Same thing in Greenville. But by Sunday, middle of the day afternoon, it is all rain except up in the county. And eventually, even in the county, even up in Caribou, I expect the rain to win there. Storm will wrap up. Clearing not expected all that much. The storm is going to go and do that little loop and then push east. The wind is going to be a big highlight here. 8 o'clock in the morning Sunday, and that wind is due east coming into Wiscasset, Rockland, Bar Harbor, pushing 50-mile-an-hour gusts, and it does get to 53 in Rockland, 46 in Bar Harbor. And then notice as the storm pulls east here, we're going to start to wrap the wind into the northwest and dry things out just a little bit. So as far as the rain slash precip, because this is also going to be snow, so not all of this is going to be rain, obviously. So it's about 1.5 inches of rain and snow. Obviously, you're taking the moisture there, but also the frozen portion, which I'll show you. And then that's a lot of rain here being pushed up against those south and southeast facing slopes of the foothills and the western mountains. That's going to be wrung out as that uplift goes there, orographic lift, excuse me. All that rain hits those mountains, gets wrung out. Now, I'm throwing a lot of information at you, but there's also going to be snow too. 4 to 10 inches here, western mountains, White Mountains, heading up the northern highlands, central highlands. Now, 2 to 4 out in the blue here, a lot less, and a coating to 2 inches where this is going to change over, once again, over to rain, heading over towards Bangor, for example, and in Lewiston. Now, it's a lot of information I threw at you in a very short amount of time. Go to our website, newscentermaine.com. I'm going to break it all down in a probably 5 to 10 minute video there. I'll have that up in a few hours. Marine forecasts be bumpy. Seas 9 to 15 feet. Storm warning is up. The next several days, you're noticing here, we're going to have 40s to 50s after the storm gets out of here. And then next weekend, we're in the 40s again. This looks a lot more, it's a lot closer to an April situation than it is necessarily a early March, but we'll take it. Tuesday to Wednesday, those are picks of the week easily, especially at the coastline. But I can tell you right now, on the newscentermaine.com article, I'll be talking about this is going to be a top 5 historic crest in Portland at the pier, which we've already had the top 2 in January. This one could come in somewhere after the 78 storm.
For everyone who may just be tuning in, a few minutes ago, at the top of the show, we talked about how state, federal agencies sending out all kinds of warnings. So be sure to check in with your local public safety departments for road closures and other reminders.
And this high tide is right before noon tomorrow.
All right, Jason, thank you.